Glory in the heights above, good news for all men, when God's Son arrived in Bethlehem. Hope for those who mourn, a Savior has been born. Good news, this is good news, joy for all mankind. This sounds like a Christmas song.
So look at the lyrics of that song and tell me, what does that sound like to you?
Sounds like a Christmas song.
Seems like a Christmas song.
It's like a Christmas song.
Is this a Christmas song?
Sound like damn Christmas, John.
Hey baby, those are the new song lyrics to the convention song for this year. What do you think?
Okay, glory in the heights above. Good news for all men when God's Son arrived in Bethlehem. Hope for those who mourn. A Savior has been born. What the f***?
Hope for those who mourn. A Savior has been born.
I never thought I would see the day. I just can't. I didn't. So, Watchtower appears to have produced what sounds entirely like a Christmas song. I'll get into that in a minute though. Before we talk about it though, it's huge. I want to announce to you that Beth, Stop the Shunning, is back. And I'm going to put a link to her first video on the new channel. Well, it's the same channel, it's just first video since she's been back, in the video description. And I'm also going to show it here on the screen, so you should see where you can go. That's huge news. In addition to the huge news that Watchtower appears to have created a Christmas song. So I found out about this due to a comment that someone left on my video that went live yesterday morning. And at first I'm like, I couldn't believe it. Their comment said something to the effect, well, with the new 2024 convention song and them clearly allowing Christmas in, what else is going to happen? And so I went and looked it up, and sure enough, it reads like a Christmas song. It sounds like a Christmas song. There are bells. Listen to the bells. And I printed out the lyrics. This is the page that you saw being handed to all the guys that I work with out in the sales department at the dealership. And I asked each of them, well, what does this song sound like to you? And it was just unanimous. Well, that's a Christmas song. That's a Christmas song. That's a Christmas song. And just to make sure that we weren't all deluded, I even asked the great AI, ChatGPT.
The hymn you provided clearly celebrates the birth of Jesus Christ and mentions Bethlehem, which is associated with his nativity. The content and themes suggest that this hymn would likely be sung during the Christmas season, a time when Christians around the world commemorate the birth of Jesus.
And just in case the AI was mistaken, I asked Google's lesser-known AI, which is called Gemini, to see what it thought.
This song has all the hallmarks of a Christmas carol or hymn.
And there you have it. Unanimously, everyone, human and great AI brain, sees this as a Christmas song. I mean, read the lyrics. Glory in the heights above, good news for all men, when God's Son arrived in Bethlehem, hope for those who mourn, a Savior has been born. It's a Christmas song. That's what it sounds like. And that really makes me wonder. Now, here's the thing. This religion is no longer the religion I was raised in. It's still messed up, but it's not the religion that I grew up in. But I would not have even entertained the idea that they were going to allow Christmas had all these other things not changed all of a sudden. Beards, pants, no suits and ties, no counting time. I mean, the list goes on. All the ways in which the religion is liberalizing. The theory is that they got rid of Tony Morris because he was against all these things. Now, I don't know if that's true, but isn't it interesting how right after he's ejected from the governing body, all these changes start to occur? So it may just be a theory, but it's certainly an interesting one that has some logical basis, right? Could Christmas be next? Could birthdays be a thing? Well, I didn't just want to get my opinion on it, so I asked Jimmy for his hot take on this, and here's what he had to say.
Well, thank you, John, for asking me what my hot take was on this new Watchtower song. I tell you what, I would like to know Where did they get the sheet music from for this? Did they get it from the Hunger Games, Jurassic Park, The Last of the Mohicans? I don't know. It sounds very cultish to me. It sounds like New World Order propagandized music. I don't know. Watchtower, are you guys attempting to be more like mainstream Christians? I mean, hell, if you can't beat them, join them, right? You know, I could be wrong, but I don't recall any Watchtower songs focusing on the birth of Jesus. Hell, they even mentioned Bethlehem in this song. The only thing that came to my mind was a little baby in a manger. Oh, when does that happen? Oh, yeah, that's right, Christmas time. Oh, Lord, I definitely didn't have a Christmas-sounding song on my Watchtower bingo card for this year. But with all these changes taking place, why not? You know, some believe birthdays will be allowed. So why not Christmas? And I'm telling you what, if Watchtower does do this, there's going to be so many pissed off people. Think about all those years that we went telling people, oh, you're not supposed to celebrate Christmas because it's a pagan holiday. Or how about the kids that spent time by themselves in a hallway or a library while other kids got to participate in the fun holiday celebrations? Geez, yeah, it's going to piss people off, and I got a feeling it's going to wake up more folks from Watchtower. Wow, no reporting of service time. You can have a beard. You can wear pants. Now possibly birthdays and Christmas. Maybe next. I don't know. What's next, Watchtower? Polygamy? Back to you, John.
The polygamy comment, that really got to me. But it is true that Watchtower is allowing so many things now. They're liberalizing so much. What's next? And like Jimmy says, I didn't see that. I didn't have that on my bingo card for 2024. What's next? What are they going to do next? And in a way, it's a good thing because they're just becoming more and more like a mainstream Christian religion, but there's still a long way to go. I mean, they still have shunning, they still prevent blood transfusions, they sweep crime under the rug against children. They have a lot of things to fix and a lot of apologies to make and a lot to answer for and many lawsuits to be had before anyone can look at them and just see them as, well, they're just an innocuous religion, because right now they are not. But they are heading in that direction. So it will be very interesting to see what comes of all this. I've given you my opinion before in my video on whether this is the end of Jehovah's Witnesses. It is very obvious to me, at least it seems so, that the Watchtower is running scared. They're bleeding members. At least in the United States, 2 out of 3 people born in the religion leave by the time they're adults. All the Western countries, they're losing membership. They are gaining membership in some other countries, like third world countries. But in the major Western economic power countries, they are losing memberships, which means they're losing money. They're losing lawsuits. There are elders going to prison in some cases and ministerial servants for their abuse of children. It goes on and on and on. And this has to be taking a toll. This has to be taking a toll not only on membership, but on donations. Because think about it. First of all, we have no idea how many PMOs there are in the religion right now. And a PMO is they're physically in, but they're mentally out. They're only there because they have friends or family that are Jehovah's Witnesses. They don't want to get shunned. And you have other people who have faded, right? Those people aren't donating anymore because the Watchtower, unlike some other churches, and this is actually kind of surprising they haven't done this yet, the Watchtower does not tithe. They don't pass a plate. There's no way for them to know who's donating and who isn't, except if someone writes a check to put into the donation box. So to be fair, I haven't been to a Kingdom Hall in a while. I don't know if they're taking card swipes, and maybe they are. I don't know. They were at assemblies and conventions when Beth and I left. They were taking card donations. So maybe they're doing that in Kingdom Halls. If you know, tell me, because I don't know. So I am considering going to a meeting to record it, but that's for another time. So money is a problem. They're losing members. There's tons of PMOs. Who knows how many? But if you look at the EXJW Reddit forum, it's got 100,000 members. If you look at the number of subscribers to various YouTube channels, EXJW channels, these are big numbers. So people are leaving, and that means money is leaving. And that means the Watchtower's in trouble. Even though they have a huge real estate empire that they could draw from, they would have to cash out various properties in order to continue the revenue stream. So it just makes sense. And this is my opinion, like I said in the video on whether this is the end of Jehovah's Witnesses. They're running out of money. And if that happens, they are going to do everything they can to try to stop the bleeding and keep people in. And that just means liberalizing and liberalizing and liberalizing and liberalizing. So honestly, at this point, birthdays wouldn't surprise me. Christmas wouldn't surprise me. Now, do I think they're just going to come back immediately and be like, yeah, it's cool? No, they're not. No. It's going to be some kind of, if they do it, some kind of slow process where they have some kind of acknowledgement. And it's probably not going to be on December 25th. I mean, all their talk about how that's pagan, they'll probably have that on some other day. Plus, Watchtower likes to be different. And they've always said that Jesus was probably born in the fall, and maybe it would be on a different day, whatever. Maybe it would come back slowly, but eventually, they could rationalize all that away. Just like they've rationalized everything we've seen so far, and they come up with excuses. And I had someone ask me, a long time subscriber to the channel, Joe Publisher, he asked me if I can make a video on why do people stay with all the changes and all the information available on the internet. Why are people still stuck in this religion? And I will be talking about that hopefully soon, because it's a good question, and I do think people need to understand. I know from our perspective, if you've been out for a while or if you were never in, it's easy to say, why don't they just leave? It's not that simple. It's really not. Strong psychology for why people are still staying. And I will get into that in another video. But for now, what I want to know is, what do you think? Do you think this crazy Christmas sounding song is going to lead to some form of celebration of Christmas in the religion of Jehovah's Witnesses? Do you think they're ready for that? Do you agree with Jimmy that it's going to cause a lot of anger and backlash? What do you think? Do you think the people that are still fully in are just too brainwashed to care and they'll buy anything that Jehovah's Witnesses say? I really want to know what you think about it. So please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like this video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification icon so you get notified when I release new videos. If you want to support the work I'm doing, click the join button below. Or if you don't see the join button, it's in the video description. Click that. And don't forget, Stop the Shunning is back. Her channel, her latest video will be in the video description. And I'm also going to pin a comment with it on there to make it even easier to find. Because I know on phones it's a little tougher to see the video description. But again, tell me what you think. I really want to know, is Christmas coming to Jehovah's Witnesses or not? And as always, thanks for watching.
Hope for those who mourn, a Savior has been born.